Oh, we
Yeah. This is some rookie stuff. Hold up.
well,
Yo, we just did some rookie stuff. And Mary's in
yeah,
the background, like, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh shit. I said, I didn't hit go. That was okay.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That was my patent. That was my patented shot. One thing I could do was finger roll.
well,
Prepping
this
the
is
boys
rookie
every week.
season, though.
This is rookie season. This is rookie season. Grove Hall, we're here podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we'll definitely
Coach.
have a couple of rookie mistakes along the way and whatnot. But
Only the
you
good thing
know,
about it is that that was behind the scenes. Nobody actually saw
yes,
that on live. You know what
yes,
I mean? So,
definitely wish I was
you,
recording
you,
that.
you get a
But
do-over sometimes. You get a do-over. Nah, man, but another good week of games though. Full slate of games at the Freddie McNeil League today. So that was pretty good. You know what I mean?
you know,
All teams got to play, got to see a lot of rookies. Really good draft class this year too.
yeah, definitely,
Really well.
definitely. This week was clash of the East versus West this week,
Right.
and you know the West prevailed five out of what, five out of the seven games. So
Yeah. I think only like two East wins. The Sixers got a win,
Sixers and
and
Hawks.
Sixers and Hawks. Sixers and
Yeah,
Hawks. Only teams that held it
yeah,
down from the from the East this year. So yeah, man. No, definitely good slated games. Definitely good slated games. So tonight's episode I'm really excited for. I think it was
definitely.
only a matter of time that we got the ladies on here to kind of talk about the state of the game. You know what I mean? Like, are there any ladies leagues like this, like the Freddie McNeil in Boston?
You know what? I'm not really sure. I'm unaware of any ladies' league. Yeah, I
I'm
mean, but we
surprised. Like,
really need to hurry up and get one in.
yeah,
Broncos. Someone set it up.
right.
I know the girls. They ready. They're ready to go.
I mean, the title of the show was Sis Run, so it was to pay homage to the Sis Run that happens that Coach
Yeah.
Smooth started a few years back with getting the ladies to play down Derby Park, and that seemed like a really good thing. Um,
Yes.
and then there was a really good league or tournament, I want to say, the Sis Run actually at the Dana Barrows Center. So that was really good too, really competitive as well. So more and more, but I think there should be more and more leagues like this for women. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of women ballers in the city, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
history. You know what I'm saying? So,
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. That is something that we are definitely missing here in the city. Shoot, you never know, man. I mean, maybe somewhere down the line. I mean, maybe me and you can maybe put something together. You never know. We'll
you
see.
never know. Listen, I would lean on the experts. I would go holler at the coach Steves, the Mitches, the
Yeah,
Broncos. I know I'm
smooth.
missing somebody. Yeah, Smooth. You know what I mean? The people that are really that are tapped in with that circle, because definitely a lot of good women competition here. So, and we have three of the best that we know. Also too. So this should be really interesting. We got a point guard. I think we got a center. We got a forward. So yeah, from three different generations, man. So this should be.
Oh, and three different generations.
I
Okay.
believe so. We're gonna get on here in a few minutes, and the ladies are gonna let us know. You know what I mean? The generation. What that's like with them. So yeah, it should be really interesting. Really excited.
I still think I had the best generation of women ballers during my time. You had the stars, Star Fuller, that fool over there from Burke. You know, not
Yeah,
taking nothing away from this newer version of the girls game, but I really think we had some dogs.
oh man, listen, one of my favorite ball players from all time is Will's sister, Mookie Blaylock.
Mm,
Like, yeah, Mookie was the truth. She was absolutely the truth. Like, as a point guard, floor general, like, and I saw her before I saw Will. So I was like, oh shit, okay. This is
yeah,
probably this is where he got some of his game and his floor leadership from, though. No BS was her, though. She was a killer on the court, yo. She was a killer. She was a killer. And she was the point guard of that team with Star, with Jessica Bruce. Like, they had a squad over there, yo.
No, they definitely did. They definitely
And
did.
Mookie was like she was the engine behind it, made everything go over there. You know what I mean? So, no, it's definitely the Burke in general. Shout out to Coach Rice, because Coach Rice, I don't know how he had a line on all the female ballers show, but I swear.
Still to this day. Still to this day.
Listen, man. Listen, Rice is legendary figure in the city of Boston when it comes to, women's basketball, yo. Like,
not even the women's basketball. I mean, he wasn't shabby himself.
Right. Nope. I didn't see that, but I did hear those stories about him. I did see those stories.
Boo Rice definitely could go. If I'm not mistaken, I think he still plays. I think he's in either the 50 and over or 60, something like that. He's still out there.
He looks like he has not aged at all. Every time it's like he's looking younger and younger when you see Coach Rice, yo. No BS. He'd be like, yo, Coach, like, what's your secret, bro? What is your secret, man? Come on.
Yeah. I used to call him Smokey Robinson because I'm like, yo, this dude looks just like Smokey Robinson. So that's how I was introduced to him, like curly hair and everything. So that was Smokey Robinson to me. But that was that's my guy, man. Definitely, he's definitely a legend in the city, man.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, man. So not to I mean, because we're going to get into the women's game a little bit later. But what about today? Because I you got to win today. Being the Warriors coach over here.
Yep.
What game surprised you? Today. What were like the big games for you, or the big surprises?
The big surprise for me today, honestly, was not seeing the number one pick in the building for the game today. I was a little surprised with that. Because when you make that kind of pick, like that's an investment. But hold up, man. Give me 1 second. We'll get back to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that time, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
On Dead Dogs, the Grove Hall show got it locked. The best sports show in New England, it's your first stop. See Coach Maine handle topics like he got the rock. Point guard, drop it off, help you find your spot. Payne got the streets on smash. Dropping jewels every time like J Kidd off the glass. And let's keep it real, everybody ain't for real. That's why we got Mr. Maritime here to seal the deal. Tune in.
Yo, we back at it. Another Sunday night, Grove Hall in the building.
Episode 3.
But to answer your question, that's what surprised me the most. No game really surprised me. And the outcome of my game didn't surprise me. I knew we was gonna beat the Heat today. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt really good about that. You know what I mean? Our chances.
Definitely a big win, beating the defending champs.
Yeah. I mean, they got us last year. We owed them, so it is what it is. Long season ago, so
yeah.
I mean, but I like that to see that the ladies are here. It's prompt, on time and everything. You know what I mean? So we don't want to keep the ladies.
Bring them on in.
Let's bring the ladies on in. Yeah, I mean, some of Boston's best hoopers to ever play. Hey,
See a lot of biasness here.
Hey,
See a lot of biasness here.
Hey, what's the biasness? What's going on? What's the biasness?
That look like 2 Burke players up there.
Oh, really?
Only one.
I'm about to say, yeah.
Time out.
What are you talking about?
Oh, damn. I'm sorry, Tip. I thought you was at Burke.
Mm-mm.
Mm.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
see,
Oh,
see,
mm.
see.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, welcome aboard. As you all see, I mean, we have Tiffany here, we have Mary, and we have T. Jeez, I can't read.
Get your glasses, Sammy.
Listen, I'm getting old, getting old. How are you
Tamaria.
all doing tonight?
I'm well.
Doing all right.
How y'all doing, man?
Good,
Good to
can't
have you.
complain.
Good to have you guys. Thank you guys for joining us, taking time on a Sunday evening to pull up and talk.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, to talk ladies basketball, man. You know what I mean? Like, so, I mean, right out the gate, I guess, my first question would be is that how do you feel like with the state of women's basketball in Boston? You know what I mean? Because we were talking before the podcast, well, before we got on, and was talking about like, are there any leagues like that, like this down the Tobin's 34 Nova? Like, are there any leagues like that for you ladies now?
For the
Like,
women
and
ballers.
I'm just curious, you know what I mean? So, I guess it's two-part. How do you feel about the state of the game? And then why aren't there any leagues like that for you guys to be able to hoop in? So we'll start with you, Tiff.
How do I feel about the state of the game now?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm kind of envious. I'll keep it real. Had we had those same opportunities that the girls have now, I feel like a lot of us will be in a better position in life. I'm not saying that we're not doing well for ourselves, but at the NIL deals and all that, like, it's just, even at the Division II level, which all of us played, we would have been better off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just
And
even having the YouTube.
yeah, all that. Like, we didn't have tech. I'm not trying to show my age, but technology, it wasn't as in depth as it is now. And I am a little envious, but I love to see it. I do.
Mm.
I'm coming.
Okay. T.
I agree. Like, I love to see the young hoopers now. I think it is getting better. I think we had a little drought where I used to go to like some high school games and I'm like, there's no way this is varsity basketball. But no, it's evolving, it's getting better. And like Tiff said, if we would have had the film, like my pops was there with his camcorder, but still not the technology and social media that they have today. We all did pretty good for ourselves, but with the help of social media, I think we really would have done all right.
Mary, what do you feel in the state of the game?
I definitely agree it was a but I honestly wholeheartedly feel like a lot of the people I've grown up with seen that drought and took it upon themselves to implement themselves into young females as a whole.
Okay.
And again, with social media, that definitely put levels to it. But you have to also do the footwork. Like when y'all were talking about Rice, the Tony Prices, the Tony Richardsons, the Bronco, the Gregs, like you're traveling, you're making yourself known because it's not just about social media. But I mean, the platform now that's, getting everybody out there, their faces, everything, it's definitely social media. So I agree with the two other ladies as well.
And you said something about leagues, Sammy. Tell everybody.
Yes. Are there any women's leagues?
Your open run on Wednesdays.
Excuse me?
Tamaria has an open run every Wednesday. I'm retired, but I full pledge support her. Get that out there.
Yeah, no, so there's not many
now,
leagues.
Is it a league or is it just open run?
Right.
Yeah, no, it was just open run. I just had an opportunity to be able to finally get a gym. A lot of the women that were like 30 plus kept asking, like, yo, let's try to figure out something. So I was able to figure out something. But the other thing with the women and where I feel like we don't have much is because they'll start to show up and then they stop showing up, and like attendance is a huge issue. But we doing all right. We were at Wednesdays. We were down at the Gallivan. School started, so they have another program they're getting ready to start. But if you guys follow let's follow Still Got It athlete. She usually reposts all my stuff. And we're figuring out a different gym now. So yeah, any woman, we dropped it down to 25 plus. So any women 25 plus open and willing to come out.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. You know, I kind of want to. I definitely spoke to Mitch. You know, maybe this past year actually, I spoke to Mitch and I was like, "Yo, why don't you get into like putting together a women's league? It might be just a little bit too much for him right now, but there's definitely some conversation on it. You know, sponsorship, you know, is out there, so I think it's time. I definitely think it's time. You know. You know, I had my daughter out there at one point, you know, balling and whatnot. You know, hopefully the younger one follow in her footsteps, but we'll see.
Can I just say something about Mitch,
Yes.
Absolutely.
if that's okay?
Yeah.
Mitch
I got
definitely round up just before I even left Boston, just put everything into trying to build something for women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was a start of him having just girls when he first started having kids. I don't know what it was, but he just earthed himself in trying to build something for women. And I give all my respect to that man because he's been doing this for a very long time. I'm not sure if, you know, all the, you know, support was there in the beginning, but he did not stop. That man had every intention of making women's basketball known, welcomed, pronounced in other cities. Like, that's the type of attention women need at the moment, or even just little girls in general.
Right.
Because you always hear, you know, men's basketball getting hyped up, all that. But he wholeheartedly just put all of what he had into women's basketball, and he kept it alive. I don't know what his method was, and I think other people are trying to pick up on the things that he's done in the community and trying to make that a sound, a vibe.
Yep.
But he's definitely did that very well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, to build off of it, definitely. I mean, he had the women's tournament. Yeah, the first of its kind. Mitch definitely laid, you know, again, taking the mantle from the Rices of the world, and it's kind of like passed down. And Smooth is kind of like has that mantle now, and that's how, you know, Sis Run was created. You know what I mean? So, and that's really dope.
Yeah, but Mitch was definitely the blueprint. I always tell him he's definitely the blueprint.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. No question. I'm not sure if Coach Rice was doing any leagues or anything like that. I know he was. I'm not sure. So you guys can help me out.
So if you want to speak on that, Tamara, you want to speak on that? New York City?
Nah, he don't. He coach. He didn't do no leagues and none of that.
The ABC and, you know, that leagues. I give it to Mitch. Mitch was
right.
Mitch. Rice used to put us in Mitch's tournaments. How about that?
Right.
But wait, Rice did the footwork too.
I got pictures of y'all from that first
Tony
tournament.
Richardsons, they brought us 2 places, not even to mention Soldiers, going way back to Brockton days.
Evie.
But we drove hours just to play in tournaments, just to get seen, just to get known, you know, play against competition. Like, that's what these coaches have instilled in some of the women. And I feel like, I don't think we should holistically rely on social media, but still do the traveling, still do the little things that make it worth going to. Because those are the moments that built, like, the camaraderie, the relationships.
Right.
Now, so I have a question. What made you want to take up basketball? Like, what drove you over to basketball? You know, was there someone, or was it just, you know, you just being around the house, seeing the guys watch basketball or whatever? Like, what drove you to basketball? I'll start off with Mary.
To be honest with you, I didn't like basketball players because they were cocky. Ooh, cocky. But all my friends played it, and I wasn't good at it when I first started. Let's be very clear. But it was the camaraderie, the genuine friendships, the development and just the genuine people I grew up with being themselves, and it allowed me to be myself.
Yeah.
So I developed that portion of me because, give or take, I have a lot of siblings, but my mom wasn't working, all the hours. I didn't have all of the, love and all that I could have gotten, but not to say that she wasn't there to do that, but there were times I needed that. And my teammates were there for that.
That
So I
sisterhood, that
invested
bond.
myself into that.
Yeah.
And that's what allowed me to develop into the game and learn it. You build a craft and you want to be good at something. And it was people around me doing the same exact thing. And
you were good.
I just was
You
fortunate
were
enough to
good.
be around, huh?
So you were good.
No, I was just fortunate enough to be around good people to implement the same exact attitude, because if you're going to show up, you got to show out.
Word.
If you're
up.
going to go
Yeah.
big, you got to go hard. And if it's not there, then you a part of that crew, you a part of the crew, but you ain't a part of the crew. And I wanted to be a part of something. But that's really why I developed that relationship and, that genuine portion of my development and being a basketball player, because it was a lot more than just basketball there. That was my portion to be joining basketball. Tiff, what's up?
I actually started playing by accident. I'm not
Yeah.
even 20 with
Yo,
y'all.
what?
For real, Jimmy, you asked.
What?
For real, I had a
How
crazy
does that?
start between the summer of 6th grade and 7th grade, right? So
Yeah.
and back then Randolph High was 7th through 12. So again, crazy growth spurt. I started high school, 7th grade, and the coach seen me and was like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm a little 7th grader, but I was already the same height. I was already 6'1".
Jesus.
Had never touched the ball. I'm 12 years old, never touched the ball. He was like, "Come with me." And I'm like, "All right." I went to some meeting. I see all these girls in there, seniors, and they're eyeing me. And I'm like, "Hi, everyone." My attitude. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, yeah, this going to be our new starting center." And I was like,
Oh, right off the bat, huh?
Like, he was basically like, "Yeah, you're on the team. You ain't got to try out, nothing." And I'm like, I'm telling him, like, "Yo, I've never touched the ball." He was like, "Don't worry about it." I was like, "All right, bet." I'll never forget that same day I went home. I'm like, "Mom, I made the basketball team." She was like, my mother knew. She's like, "You don't play ball?" And I'm like, "I do now." I'm about to show my age, y'all. I made her go to Caldor. Remember Caldors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made her go to Caldor and get me a hoop, right? Me and my brother, we had to cement it to the ground, dig it. We did all that by ourselves, level, all that. And from that day forward, I kid y'all not, rain, snow, didn't matter what the weather, I was outside in my yard just practicing. I remember the first thing I learned was the mic and drill. I'm doing mic and drill every day. Like, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of fun." I was like, "Okay." And I started playing. I'm like, "Okay, I kind of like this," but I didn't like getting hurt. I didn't like the early morning things, but I was like, "Okay, I could make something out of this maybe."
Yeah.
I literally, like I said, it was by accident.
That's dope. Wow.
Tamaria.
Yeah, I don't know. According to everyone, my grandfather put the ball in my hands. He used to be a janitor in Atlanta at a school. And I used to just run up there and he used to just take me in the gym and put a ball in my hands, and I ain't put it down yet.
Wow.
But getting able to play, like Mary said, with people that become your family, and these are my cousins, like it just became a family, and that just kept me going. And to this day, we all still cool.
That's dope. That's really, really dope.
That's
What schools did you all go to, like high schools? Did you guys all play in the city, or did you guys was everybody out?
Let me start. First off, hold up.
Shout out
if you
to
want to say what
Birthday
year,
Dog,
you can also say
baby.
the year.
Wait, I had to play against these two terrorists in college. Like
Oh, word.
I'm thinking, like we played together AAU in Boston. I'm like, okay, cool. Get the college. I see these two people on the scout report. I'm like,
Wow.
Was it gonna be one of them? Oh, it's gonna be another long night.
Mary Lewis, let me tell you something. I got stories. Like I got stories. Listen, my coach,
Stories.
God, wherever he is, he's somewhere in the United States. He's still terrorized by Mary Lewis. I kid you not. That'd be funny. That one right there used to give us fits, man. Fits.
You taught me
So,
well, sis.
So where was this? Was this high school or college? Oh, you said you saw them in college playing against.
Yeah,
So
I played against both.
what schools were you guys all at when this was going down? When you guys were matched up?
I went to American International College, which is in Springfield, Division II,
Nice.
Northeast.
Yep.
Was it Northeast 10? I think that's still the league.
Okay.
I don't know. What year was this?
I was there from 01 to 06. I did the 5-year
Oh.
bid.
Okay. T.
I went to the Burke. Shout out to Burke Bulldogs, baby. And then I went to UMass Lowell.
Nice.
Okay.
I
Miss
went
Lewis?
to Tabor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I
No,
interrupt?
No, go ahead. I was saying Miss Lewis. Like, yeah.
I'm sorry. I went to Tabor and then I went to the College of St. Rose.
Oh, nice.
And we, like I said, we were all in the same conference.
On the same loop.
Oh, that's
We
that's
got the
wild.
joy to play together too, so we already knew. Like, soon as we seen each
Basketball
other, on
hasn't
starting
been the
court,
same
like,
since I left the city.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely
So we
not.
all played together, played against each other.
Mhm.
So who's up? Somebody got to be up. Who's up in the back and forth?
Ooh wee.
Who?
Teams
I
when
think
y'all
Lowell got AIC, but I think St. Rose got UMass
Hold up,
Lowell.
we never lost to Lowell.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
So maybe it was after. Look. So I'm a lot younger.
Yeah, a lot younger, but
I mean, so I went from
Yeah.
I was a freshman when Tiff was a senior. So she might have beat me my freshman year. I'm pretty sure we got them after.
Yeah.
But listen, I will tell you, whenever we had to watch video footage of the team we played before, every time I tell them, she's over 6 foot, but she shoots threes. Okay, put a hand up, hand down. I promise you, if your hands, she's shooting it, and she's 90% gonna make it. Nobody would ever listen, and that's exactly what Tiff did.
So it was worse. It was worse. So how many teams were in our conference, you guys? I think it was like 15.
Yes.
15
Wow.
teams.
That's a lot.
This, y'all. We pressed for 40 minutes every team we played, except for the College of St. Rose because of Mary Lewis. The only team we couldn't press. Mary was when I say like quick is an understatement, y'all.
Oh, she just had it like that.
Like made our press look like it was like 3rd grade. Like
it wasn't that though. It was the fact that
it was just too quick. Keep it real.
You know when you play tag, you get them before you listen. If you know who's it, you ain't getting caught. So that's what I needed to be prepared for. But y'all was a tough team, if I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, hey,
Tamari, I think you got underbidded.
I can go down the list of like who I hated playing, especially the Boston players. I can go down the list, y'all. Like,
oh my goodness.
It's funny you said that because you actually just threw me the alley-oop. I was gonna segue to ask about the three of you ladies, like who were like your biggest like rivalry? Who was your rivalries? Like when you matched up with this person, you knew like it was gonna be like
I would say rivalry.
It was gonna be a long night. Like if you had any rivalries or just tough matchups that you played up against, like
one tough matchup. I remember my freshman year, we played Franklin Pierce. Goddamn Amina Robinson. Listen, yo, if y'all don't know about Amina, y'all don't know about Milk. You're not familiar with basketball. She's dropping 28 on you any given night. Didn't matter. She could have an off day. She's still dropping high 20s. That girl was a terror. And when I say that was like my first rude awakening to Division II college basketball was happened to try to stop Amina Robinson. Like Milk, dog.
That's her nickname was Milk.
Milk. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I heard that name before. Yeah, definitely heard of that name before. Heard that name before.
Remember Nicole Wolf?
Yeah. Yeah, that was my
I'm
AAU
talking
team.
about
Yeah,
the stature wasn't there, but when they say never judge a book by its cover,
Mm-hmm.
that Lefty assassin. Yeah,
oh
she was. Yeah,
Oh
God.
yeah.
yeah. You know, all lefties could shoot for the most part.
Was that your toughest
Absolutely.
rivalry, Mary? That was your toughest rivalry?
I wouldn't say my toughest, but she was tricky.
Yeah.
My toughest rivalry was from a different state. I never played against her in college basketball, but Shannon Bobbitt was probably my
And then
toughest.
Bob it.
I
I
Ooh.
knew
Shannon Bobbitt.
Mm.
Oh, just
the whiz.
100% underestimated. I mean, this girl,
If she had 3 more inches on her,
in my
we
mind,
would be talking about probably one of the
there was
greatest basketball players ever.
nothing stopping this look. Like when you talk
She was
about
cold
hot,
like that.
we teach hot when we talk about living in Boston. But this girl single-handedly put
Like to see her
people
do
in their
things with the
place
ball.
without talking. She
Yeah,
didn't
it was-
say much. She did everything.
Mm.
And I think they got her listed like what 5'4". That's generous.
That's
5'4".
I'm not mistaken. They
It
have
didn't
her
matter.
listed at
It
5'4".
didn't
That's
matter.
generous.
It didn't matter.
That girl
It
was
didn't matter.
unbelievable.
Mm.
But when you talk about high school, though, there was some solid point guards. But I tried to compete with the post.
He thought she was a big man.
I
Yeah,
did.
you did. Yeah, you
Not
did.
gonna lie. I did. Only,
Don't get it twisted. She'll bang
What?
and
Since
jump
she's a
out
bully.
there too.
What?
only
Look.
because Elaine McCants, like 100% said, no matter how small you are, that doesn't define who you are.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Word.
Mhm.
I ran with it.
Oh man. T.
Mm.
Well, look, I had to play against Mary, not in high school, but played tournaments and things like that. Crazy. High school, Shalise Smallwood for
Okay,
O'Brien.
yeah.
That was probably
Okay.
like my crazy competition for high school. Yeah, I probably say Shiz.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Shalise was tough too. I heard
Problem.
Yeah, she
2,000
definitely
point
did.
scorer, Northeastern scholarship.
Shalise
Shiz.
Smallwood and Stephanie
Darden.
Yeah.
Those two
I
were
ain't have to
like
play Cambridge, but
twin.
I'm glad she was on my side. How
Yeah.
about that?
Cambridge got some ballers on the low.
Look,
Yeah,
Steph
definitely.
But
Darden
don't
was
forget
definitely one of
about
them.
Brianna Ford.
Brianna Ford. Wish she went to the
Brianna
Burke.
Ford.
Went to the
She
Burke
was
too.
another
It's
Burke
like
Bulldog.
Burke
Yeah,
She
had-
was ahead of me
Right.
though.
He just had that. He had that.
She was another one. I had to guard
He
her in
just knew.
college because she went to Bentley, and I'm like, that whole Bentley team was just yeah, that's
A
unreal.
problem.
Mm.
And Bree was like a 3 in college. Just
Rice, man. I swear, Rice gotta be he gotta be the best ever, man. And yo, I forgot to mention my man Grubbs too, because Grubbs definitely was
Oh yeah,
definitely
Grubbs.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the PAL
forgot to
tournaments.
forgot to mention my dog Grubbs, man, amongst some of the best like female coaches around. Grubbs
I know
definitely.
y'all got some good stories with Grubbs. I know y'all.
Any good Grubbs stories, man, about him? What was it like on the road with Grubbs? You know what I
Oh
mean?
my
Coaching
God,
you
he's
guys.
off the.
yeah.
And when he gets
Oh,
pissed
man.
off, Grubbs is a totally different person. You know, I'm telling you.
And I played with Grubbs a couple times. I did a couple of PAL tournaments, and then I think I played my first Mitch tournament with Grubbs and like Elaine McCants. We was a tough team. I think we won it that year too. But nah, he's crazy.
What year was this? No, I'm joking. My bad.
Like
Yeah.
sophomore year, high school, junior year, because I always played up.
Oh,
So
you
it was
were a
probably
couple
like
of
my
years behind
sophomore
us,
year,
yeah.
high school.
Oh wow.
I think you was on that team too, Miz.
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to go find the picture. You know, Mitch
Yeah,
started
don't
Don't
coaching
do no
on the
pictures.
throwback.
Don't do no
Yeah.
pictures.
Mitch got it somewhere.
Don't
Nah,
do no pictures.
Don't put no pictures up right now. It's
Ugh.
all good. Nah, Mitch, when are you bringing the tournament back, man? You know what I mean? You need to bring the tournament back, brother. When are you bringing it back?
Yeah.
No, but I will say about Grubbs. So Grubbs, oh my goodness, this man wears so many hats. It's not even funny.
Yep.
Typically in a city,
Yep.
we don't look at law enforcement as something as a positive thing, but
Right.
PAL League, it pioneered everything.
Yep.
Lined up. I wasn't mature enough to do it earlier on, but I still had it in the back of my mind to eventually get to this. But Grubbs, Cynthia Brewington, like these are people that they play the back role, but they're always there. They don't ever lose contact. Once they have a hold of you, that's just it. You're a part of them.
Yeah.
And Grubbs hasn't left since. This man is still doing everything he's been doing. And you think people change? This man has never changed at all.
Definitely hasn't.
At all. PAL League has definitely had on my life since being a young buck. Absolutely.
Word. Tiff, you got any good Grubbs stories, man? What Grubbs mean to you? You know what I mean? Did you play for him, first of all?
I never had the pleasure, but
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, I just so I lived in Boston, but
Yeah.
I commuted to Randolph.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was in Boston, but I wasn't in Boston.
Got you.
You was in Boston.
I was
Definitely in Boston.
I was in Boston, but just went to high school out there.
Yeah.
Little, you got anything?
No, my Grub stories that they can't be talked about. So.
Oh, okay.
Grub is a crazy
I got
guy.
some of those too.
Yeah, what's okay? This is not what
Yo,
not gonna
Grub
do that.
is one of the biggest lovable guys, but some of the crazy stuff, nah, we can't talk
Absolutely.
about.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Sounds
not.
about right.
Okay.
All the MBTA parties, so I know I'm well aware. Grubbs, wherever you at, Grubbs, you're loved. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely love Grubbs. Oh man. So I think this is the time where we
Stockton. The killer crossover. Oh, brother. Hardaway leaving Stockton in the dust.
Caught me by surprise here.
Yeah. All right. It's the crossover time. Switching over to another subject. So what I want to ask you, ladies, we talked about your biggest rivalry and all that stuff, but I want to talk about like who are some of like your biggest inspirations, like in the female game. You know what I mean? Like who are people that inspired you, to play ball. You know what I mean? Like who's somebody you looked at, that was older than you and was like, yo, wow, like, and if so, did you have a relationship with the person, like, particularly someone in Boston? You know what I mean? Because I know the female ball player community is similar to the men's. It's pretty close knit, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone knows everyone, you know what I mean? So let's talk about like some of you guys, like inspirations, like from around. I'll start with you, T.
I listed it in almost all of my college books when they asked me. I looked up to Mary. Mary was like
Mary?
that person. She was like the guard that was the dog, had the heart of a lion. Like,
Word.
so I put it like they asked you the little questionnaires in college. It was Mary, and then R.I.P. Kim Perrott. She used to play for the Houston Comets. Tough guard that was like scared of no one and just went at it. So having them, and then like all the older girls, I was the youngest one of the group, but I had that heart, so they all took me in. So like the
That's
Marys, the Tiffs, even Fee,
Yeah.
Rakia, Star, like all my Burke people, of course.
That's dope.
They like adopted me because we continued to play. So like they adopted me as like that little sister, little cousin. So yeah, that was mine.
That's dope. That's pretty dope. Mary, you want to follow it up,
Mm-mm.
man? Give me your flowers, man. You want to wait? That's pretty dope, though. You know what I mean?
Nah, I
Like,
love how throughout the whole show they've been giving each other that love.
word
You know,
up.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
It's a long list for me. I just thank you, T. I'm trying to keep my composure right now.
Hey,
Together. Stop it.
it's all good. It's all good. Let it out, man. It's all good.
No, don't.
Um,
Let's go.
man, it's so the list is so long, but I will try and list the people that have made some crazy impacts. Like Tiff, clearly, I mean, you've been in from dirt up. I don't have a lot in me to say because if I do, I'm gonna be on here and
So
Okay.
snotty.
I don't cry cute. I don't cry cute. But I
Yeah.
but what I will say is on and off the court, it's unmatched. You, Mina, Jade, Tamaria, even though if you was a young buck, there's times you came through, Tamaria, that you didn't know you was doing something, but you did something. You made an impact on me, and I just felt like I had to be there. And I'm thankful for that.
Sheeta.
There are like the Elaine, Brianna, Felicia. God, I'm forgetting some names, but my sticks, they know their nicknames though. Cece Williams, Sharon. Like these are basketball players that Mimi, like I'm going across the board because there's people that have come in the picture, whether we was playing on the same team, did not play on the same team, but we all stuck together in some way. Ty, Star, Elaine, I mean the list goes on, but I don't want to forget anybody because I can't forget about my high school teams, my college team. Like these are people that just added to the craft which I was trying to
Nice
create
move.
for myself and getting to a place because my whole ordeal was to just make it. Most people join gangs, lose themselves, drugs. That was an option for me. But these people, for some reason, stepped in my life and made that much of an impact that I followed them instead of doing other things.
Right.
My goodness. These are, I mean, I'm forgetting some people's names because I can't, it's just, it's a lot. But for the most part, I'm grateful for everybody I've played with, played against. If they like me or not, thank you.
We like you off the court. On the court, we ain't like you.
Yeah. Sure.
Tiff.
I don't even.
It's hard, sis.
Yeah,
Telling
to
you.
narrow it, I'm not gonna lie, but there's like a few names that stick out who are. I remember seeing them play, and I was like, "Here goes Palacios." I used to be like, you know what? I want to be like them or better. One of the main ones was from when back in Randolph, India Mitchell. She's one of the best shooters.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, I used to be like,
India was cold.
I used to be like, how does she do it? I was like, all right, I want to do that. But then my coach would limit me like, well, India's a guard. You can't do that. I was like, nope, I'm going to do what India did. But I was limited. So then as far as like post players, taller players, one of my favorites growing up was Breonna Ford. I used to be like, yo, she was so smooth. And then even that damn near the whole Burke team, Shanita, I think she was tall, she was athletic. I was like, yup. And then another Burke Fee. I used to be like, yo, she's so smooth. I was like, yep, I want to do that. Remember, I'm just starting. I didn't know the mechanics. I didn't know anything about ball. I was like, I want to do what they do.
Yeah.
Those are a few names that I was like, yeah.
Can we say one more?
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. There's no limit.
Jacinda Lambert. When I tell
Smooth.
you,
Smooth.
a hood girl going to an all white school put me in my place and say, hey, this is what we're going to do and this is what we're going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just what it was. Shalise Smallwood, Stephanie Dowden, like, these are folks that grounded me to make sure I stayed on the right track, to stay focused and not lose my cool or just become silent. Because when you're in uncomfortable places,
Mhm.
trying to fulfill a dream,
Mhm.
sometimes you lose your voice. And folks, I'm telling you, everybody that I've mentioned, some people I can't think of right now, but they
I
helped
know,
me
I
find a
forget a lot
voice.
too, but
I'm sure you said her name. I don't remember. But your co-partner, Chris Barr, was another one I did not like playing against the Garden.
My snowball.
shout out to
Look,
Chris.
ended up going to Providence College, just cold. Played with Tony Price. Like,
Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Coach Price, shout out to him. But yeah, no,
Takesha
they was another
Ransom,
one.
Shaky. Oh my goodness, you bring
I'm
back
telling you,
memories,
this
girl.
list
Like,
can be
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
I mean, we can go on.
right. You guys aren't limited to talk. Like, if it's more than just one, like, yeah, speak who it is, who are your inspirations, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, what teams, Tamaria, what teams have you played for that just put basketball on the map for you? I know for me, college wasn't the same as playing at home. High school wasn't the same playing at home.
For sure.
What teams in the city and coaches that coach these teams?
Yeah, so
Coaches on three.
Yeah. Nah, I was a Lady Dolphin. I don't know if y'all know Lady Dolphins, coached by Shawanda and Eric Brown. And then I was a Boston Blazer / Northeast Hurricane under the great Jason Ross.
Keisha.
But look, was a monster.
I'm sorry.
Jason Ross. And then high school, I went to the Burke. Shout out to the great Boo Rice over there. College, my coach came in, recruited me every game, but she was a hater. So, but shout out to you, Mouse Lowell. I mean, we had our ups and downs over there, but it was a great experience. I always tell people college ball is like a job. So it makes you love it or hate it.
Yes.
And unfortunately, sometimes that coach just takes your love away from the game.
Yeah.
It makes it a job and it's like no longer fun. So I
A lot of
have
politics.
shout out to all
That
my
is so
UMass Lowell
accurate.
like
That
teammates.
is
I love all
so
my
accurate.
teammates. We became family, but like the game just slowly didn't become fun. It became more of a job.
That's accurate. That is
Wow. Let's talk about that some more then. Like, so in what way, like, how would you say that the college experience like killed it for you? Like, what was it about the coach, or just was it the system? Was it the wrong school? Like, what was it about that just made that experience for you where you were contemplating? Now, I mean, because you still play, obviously, so it didn't take it too far away. But what had you at that point where you were just like, yo, this might not be
not
anymore?
fun.
I finished school. I finished on a scholarship. I got my degree. Thankful for the basketball. But I don't know, just like the dynamic, like her approach to some things, the way she would talk behind the scenes. Like in a game, you would think that she's the quietest coach because she just nails down the whole game. But the things she would say to you in practice or like halftime, I got tough skin, but it's like ignorant things I didn't like.
Oh, wow.
Like you can talk to me. Mary used to understand what she was wanting me to do, but it's just like the way you talk to people, and I didn't like it.
Now, do you think she was just trying to like because that's just the type of person she is, or do you think she was just trying to like rile you up to kind of make you play a little bit harder or something like that? Or
No, I mean I played hard. Like it was just little stupid things like you fat, you this, you that, like body shame type things more so than my game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's whack. That's whack. Tiff, you shaking your head? Do you have a similar? Did you have a similar experience in college?
My college coach was he was a dope human. I'm not even trying to be. I'm not downplaying him. That man was my savior. I'm not even gonna lie. So my college experience was dope. Besides having to play College of St. Rose, but other than that, yeah, it was cool. I'm trying to tell you that man. He had nightmares about Mary, and I'm not trying to be funny. Like the scouting report was about Mary Lewis. We had like 3.5 hour practices. I would have to stay after, and he'd be like, "So how are we gonna guard your little sister?" I'm like, "Can't." Can we hold her to under 20? I was like, no. It depends on her mood. If she's in a scoring mood, no. She wanted to get 30 assists, and there's no stopping her. And I'm telling you, that man he probably still out there daydreaming about trying to stop. So y'all think I'm joking? I wish I had game film. Like,
yo, yeah. So let's talk about that then, Mary. So what was your best game against AIC? What'd you average on them?
I don't know.
And don't be modest either. Don't be modest either, Mary. Like,
I don't recollect, but
okay,
it was just some excitement when I get to play against. You know, when you get to play against somebody from home, it's like
your people.
Right.
Yeah,
I had to act like I couldn't stand there. I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't jack her up. I couldn't do none of that. Like it was like war.
She didn't dap me. She didn't do anything.
It hurt. Yeah. I couldn't.
Like I'm sitting at half court, be looking back, like she don't even look at me. Like nothing.
Yo,
like,
remember
how I was like, did I do something? Like
Mary, you know how like we line up on the free throw line. Mary would be down on the block next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 6'1". Mary's next to me, pulling on my shorts and shit mid game. Like,
what T said, she thought she was a big man in the paint, dog.
And I'm not, I'm not lying. She was down low.
You know who you can blame for that?
Oh,
where'd you get that from, man?
Stevie Haley, T Hat, Will.
Oh, okay.
Tony Price, Tony Richardson, like no BS. All like is people. Don't get me wrong. Curtis, a couple other folks. They would just like make fun of me because I was short.
Yeah.
And I had to match the energy, and that's always what it's been. Let me match what you telling me, because some people are tall for no reason. Some people talk a good game. I was never a talker. Or some people just had a presence that people were intimidated by. Prove it to me. And that's just what it was. I had to learn from the Breeze. God, who is it? Like tall folks. Let me just put it like that. To learn how to get in the paint and score, because when it came down to it, you got to get to the basket. But in order for me to get to the basket, I can't be scared. So I had to compete against people that were intimidating.
Right.
Tiff, you were intimidating, dude. You smile, you got your face. But when it's game time, you're not the same person. Like, no, don't try and.
So I was tall. I wasn't supposed to.
It wasn't just that though. You can be tall, like, no, it wasn't just that though. Like, you just had a presence when it was game time, it was different. That's just what it was. And I had to match the energy. And a lot of times, you're shorter, you don't like contact, stuff like that. That's not what the game's about. Nowadays, they might teach something different. I don't know. But coaches I've had, height was just height. That's just what it was. You were just gifted with height.
Yeah, I told Jermaine earlier today, 6'8", it's just 6'8". They don't mean that you got
here you go.
I just told him this earlier today.
There you go.
It is what it is. Everybody 6'8" ain't good.
Nah, listen.
That's
That's
facts.
bullshit.
Like Jay would tell me, if you're scared, hop in my pocket.
Uh-huh.
Get in my pocket.
Hey, yo.
I got you.
Hop in my
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah. You
So
right.
now you guys are well decorated. Now, can you rip off a few of your accolades, or through basketball? I'll start up there with Tiff.
Why do we
Run
have
them
to do
down.
that?
Because I know you played in a lot of big games. I know you got it. I know
Or
you
just-
got trophies on trophies.
I don't know. I don't like to brag about accolades. It's just, and that was over 20 something years ago. Do we have to do that, Sammy?
Girl, you telling our age, bitch.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll just,
Hey,
how
yo.
about we just say, well, you got your degree? How about that?
Yes.
You got that
Yeah.
degree.
brag, it's because of playing with Tamaria, playing against Mary, playing against Bree, playing against all the great Brett players. If I have any accolades, it's because I had to guard them day in and day out. Keep it real. Like Mary was saying, what team? I remember that whole BABC team, the whole Soldiers team, having to practice and against y'all jokers every other day was annoying. So yeah, I still have, it was, but any of the accolades I have are due to them. So I can't sit here and brag without crediting everybody I played against. And you know what I mean? I'm giving in their flowers because they made me who I am. Like
Word.
having to guard them, having to play against them. I wouldn't be known for basketball if it wasn't for them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I see Marvin Russell who wrote up here. Y'all had game with Marv sarcastic, so I don't. That can go either way. With
Nah,
Marv.
he's giving flowers. Don't do that. Come on, man. Don't do that.
This is Marv. We know Marv.
Nah.
Marv, I just seen you
love
last
Marv.
week. He was real humble last week, Marv.
Marv's giving flowers, man. He's giving flowers.
Marv.
T, you want to rip off any accolades or like best game kind of thing? Talk about like a game that you had when you had an outer body experience, like as far as on the court you couldn't miss or something like that. T?
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Like Tiff.
Don't tell no tales now. We know your history.
Stop it.
You done put
So a
down the
game?
threes now.
I don't know. Like I have
Then you
accolades,
go
of course.
8 threes. Hold on. I'm trying to think of that one game you went off.
Yeah.
I can't put my mind to it. But you went off.
I mean, I had a few.
This
My
might
high
have been
in high
Washington Five
school,
too. So
I had 42 in high school one game, and then I had to score 2 points to score my 1,000. I'll talk about that. Other than that, I got a few. I did all right, but again, like Tiff, these guys made me better. So when I had to get on the court, it was like easier for me. So
And Tamaria was a dog because she played up.
Yeah.
Right. She's being so humble right now. I love it.
do you understand?
Being really humble right
she played
now.
up. Again, she's way younger than me and played up. Like
Right.
Let's be for real.
She's being humble right now. It's all good, T.
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we heard you with the truth on the court, man. We heard about you, man. We heard about you.
Look, that's because I had a crazy coach, John Rice. Shout out to him in high school. You know what I mean? He pushed me, and then not for nothing, I had military basketball training behind the scenes with my AAU coach, Jason Ross. The things that he used to just put me through was like unbelievable. And then, like I said, having to practice and then go against the Marys and things like that, it just made me better. So by the time I was playing on like my age group, it was like, oh, all right, this is a breeze. You know what I mean?
Word.
So it was cool.
Mary.
I mean, starting from the ground up at the Roxbury YMCA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, That's where I learned how to play defense first and foremost, because I felt like that's all we did was play defense. Then I moved over to Lena Park. I went from Roxbury YMCA with Tony Richardson, Lena Park with Tony Price. His practices were murder. I remember when Krista came to one of our practices, and she went to one practice and didn't come back.
Damn.
Shout out to her sister though, because her sister was a dog.
Duck.
Oh,
Duck.
Duck.
I'm telling you, Duck was not play with, unspoken, but life be lifing, and that's just what happens. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of players like that as well.
Yeah.
Moving on to like playing for the Soldiers with Stevie in Brockton. I'm gonna get his name wrong, but I played for the Bells. It was the first year I played. It was a half a summer when I first learned about AAU. And that's another thing with some of people of my age that we weren't exposed to a lot of basketball. But AAU, I played for a half a summer, and that's when I got seen with Christine DeBar. I got a ride to go to high school at Tabor Academy. But a lot of the publicity playing in a lot of the camps, Nike camp, Dana Barrows. Like, these are opportunities that I was gifted with. You know what I mean? Like some of these tournaments, that's what, landed the platform for me to even continue playing. Going on to St. Rose, I mean, when I hit 1,000 points, it was more like I did it for where I came from. It wasn't just for me. There was a lot of younger players, Tamaria. I mean, we got to shout out Shaylani, Miss Petty. She's doing what a lot of us wanted to do. And she's out there doing it for real.
Word.
Like for real.
Word up.
Yes,
So at least I might not have been that pioneer, but she had people in the city that I've seen do things to put girls that grow into young women, into women in places that they have that opportunity. So my biggest accolade is just to be something of what somebody can remember I could have done to help them get to where they were. I can die and be all right.
Word.
I'm good.
That's what's up.
Word. Be an inspiration. Yeah, that's dope. Wow.
That's right.
So was there not a lot of AAU around when you guys were playing like high school ball? Was there not a lot of AAU around?
There was for me, but I played out in the suburbs.
Okay.
Out the Bay State Magic. That team is based out of Braintree. So yeah, but we traveled all over the country, you know what I mean? And met a lot of people, played against some crazy names. I think we even played against Simone Augustus, who just got inducted to the Hall of Fame today. Played against her. Like, yeah, it was. That's why I said shout out to Bay State Magic, and that's why I said Nicole Wolf was on my team. Yeah, we had a squad. So, and then BABC, I played with Coach Rice and all you guys. It was, yeah, we played against
some talent.
Yeah.
Couple play against some talent.
Yeah.
T, did you play AAU?
Yeah, AAU wasn't really big. So there were the Lady Dolphins that I started out with because we had a little gig at the Boys and Girls Club. We all played at Boys and Girls Club, top of the Ave, and we ended up just turning into an AAU program. And then there was the Boston Blazers, who I was with.
I remember that.
Was that Steve's team?
Nah, there was this guy, Jason Ross. He was a teacher at the Renaissance and just a young Black man that heard about women's basketball and got us all together and started a program. So he was like the first AAU program that I played with and that I knew of in Boston. But then once we started, I got to play against the Northeast Hurricanes and the Middlesex Magic, and Bay State Magic, people like that. But as far as Boston, I believe he was the first program that had actually like started the AU circuit type thing. I know Boo Rice had known of some tournaments, but he never really coached AU.
Yeah.
Because I think Tony Price
Yep.
followed through that, but him and Michelle put their money together because we from the hood. Ain't nobody paying for nothing. They came out their own pocket and put that forth. Whereas we're able to play in at least a couple of AA tournaments.
Okay. Oh wow, interesting. Little, you got something else?
You know, I mean, shoot. You know, I'll come back to it. I do have something, but I think you know, that might be the final touches before we get out of here for the night.
Okay. Who are you guys? Everybody always talks, you know, GOATs in different sports. Who's a GOATs? So, in you guys' opinion, like who's the GOAT for you? And it could be, it doesn't necessarily have to be Boston based. You know what I mean? We could make it a general question as far as just with the female game, because it's exploded now. It's in a major level. Okay, unless you want to talk, I don't want to take it out of the realm, but I figured
that's still tough. Whether even Boston,
that's like talking about who you voting for presidency right now.
I'm talking about GOATs. No, we don't do politics on here, Mary. No.
Yeah, that's
no politics. With no politics at all. We just want to talk about who's your GOAT. You know what I mean? Like everyone has a GOAT. For some people, it's Kobe Bryant. For some people, it's Michael Jordan. It's LeBron James. You know what I mean? So who is the GOAT for you guys when it comes to female basketball? In your opinion, I mean, you guys have 3 different opinions, so y'all gonna, you know. So yeah, who's you guys GOATs?
On the national level, or are we doing local?
We could do. So how about this? We do a local level and we do a national level.
All right. So my local, hands down, I would say she reached the highest level that like we all strive for. Shaylani Petty. She's my GOAT local, and who I idolized growing up, who I wanted to be, who I thought I was, who I got mistaken for as well. Shamika Holdsclaw. I got mistaken. Crazy story, but I got mistaken for her one time at the airport in DC. Yeah, it was crazy. So Shamika Holdsclaw, that's my GOAT.
Okay.
That's a good thing.
My GOAT coming up, Cheryl Swoops. I was a huge Cheryl Swoops fan. And then later on,
TCH though, T.
Yeah, I know, but her game was tough.
She's not a nice person.
Cooper and Thompson, like the Thompson comments couldn't be stopped back in the day. And then further on in my basketball career, I'm a huge Kobe fan.
Yeah.
So watching his game, and then of course, like I'm gonna stay to it, watching the Marys, playing and watching Mary. Like I want to be a dog. Like she was a dog.
You really want to make me cry.
Mary's
but nah, like for real, as a shorter guard, and then playing, like I said, playing up and playing against the older guys, they wasn't taking it easy. So I had to have like that tough mentality. So she wasn't gonna take it light. So that made me better, and I applaud some of my success to her.
Word up.
Okay.
Mary, GOATs.
Mary said, "I'm the GOAT." She's gonna hit us like smooth hitters last week, man. Ain't nobody. I wasn't worried about nobody.
Period.
No.
Yeah, man.
After Atlanta Dream, like don't let Mary fool y'all. She was a dog.
Take them flowers. No, absolutely. I saw her play before. Absolutely. She was a dog, no question.
I think your whole goal is to make me cry on here, but it's not gonna happen. I already started tearing, so I can't
cut it out.
Dawn Stanley has always been A1 for me. Just even now, standing in her own dream and coaching, delivering, serving. She's been doing it. on the court, off the court. Now she's just coasting and still delivering. As far as growing up, he passed away, but Seti and Will were great role models for me growing up. The toughness. Female basketball wise, I gotta give it to. That's hard because Tiff,
It's
man,
okay.
you just Mina, Elaine, Bree, like Jamila, Sky. It's just so many people. Fee, Felicia, Cece. Man, it's just too many people to just minimize it just to one.
It is.
Yeah.
I can't just say one person because Shalise, Stephanie. We talking about Miyagi. God, it's hard. It's a collaborative thing for me to just. It's collaborative. I can't just name one person.
Okay, we'll let you off the hook with that one.
And then I want to say one other person, Lindsay Onishuk. She was a point guard with me at St. Rose. Man, that girl undoubtedly just had hot.
That was a feisty mofo right there.
Oh my goodness! But
I had to play against her in high school. Tough. Well, in
remind me of,
college,
like, Tom
but she went to
Brady.
Boston Latin Academy, and I remember playing her
Absolutely,
in the semis for cities. And whew,
Feisty.
absolutely. Like,
No disrespect. There was some white girls
yeah.
out here that were dogs. I can name a few. Like you just shake your head at. Like I think one of my
Absolutely.
opponents, like we were talking about opponents in high school, Carrie Flynn.
Oh, Carrie. God, y'all bringing back memories, man.
Scored,
Yeah,
I think she scored like well over 3,000 points in high school. Something crazy. Like something just.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to play against her in college. She went to Bentley. Just over 2,000 in college. Like if the league was prominent, she could have played easily. Like
I mean, they're like dinosaurs, man. They're like,
yeah, but
you know the history. They just never got the recognition.
I'm telling you, that's what I said. There's some.
I'm telling you, like, just never got the recognition.
Yeah, that was one of my toughest opponents. Couldn't stand. I love her to death now, but goodness gracious.
Oh man. Well, listen, Little, you got anything else? We're about to get to the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got one more question for you all before we kind of head on out of here. If you guys could drop a gem on the girls of today that are playing, what would you tell them? And I'll start over here with Mary.
You would start with me. That's all right. What I would say is never stop the little things, the sit-ups, the push-ups. Never think you're too big for just doing the little things. Don't let social media get to your head, because that's not always going to be I guess your promoter. You have to promote yourself. Be the person that you sought yourself out to be, and never get distracted. There's never going to be any person that's going to work for you. You have to work for yourself. And no matter how other people may perceive you, show them. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. Just show them. That's it.
That was you.
Just keep going. Block out the haters. Put your headphones on. Do what you got to do and go hard. I don't know if y'all can see that, but don't wish for it. Work for it. You know what I mean? So don't just wish you was in the NBA, WNBA. It's going to come with some work. Just picking up a ball for practice and games ain't going to do it. You got to get out there and want to put in the extra work. You should be the first one in the gym and the last one out if you that next level. So just stay consistent and work hard.
Definitely. Tiff?
I would say always remain humble. You're gonna interact with hundreds of people. Basketball is gonna open up a whole nother world for you guys. Remain humble, keep your circle small, and just be ready for all kinds of criticism, good and bad. Accept the constructive criticism. I don't know, just be like I said, be humble. That's my biggest thing. Like it's a whole other world out there, man. That basketball world is something else, but embrace it.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, of course.
Basketball comes with so many levels, so many disciplinary things that you will learn in life. When you think of some things that basketball may take you, whether it takes you to the WNBA, to a D League, anything, just know every loss comes with a lesson. Every win comes with a lesson. But never lose yourself in thinking that you're not good enough.
Definitely.
Church.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Well,
man, we're approaching the end of the show.
Throw it in the corner. Brown fakes, fires up the three. Bang! Bang! Jaylen Brown knocks down the three to tie the game.
Oh man, it's the buzzer. It's time to wrap it up. Time to get up out of here. But we definitely want to thank you, ladies, for taking your time on a Sunday evening for pulling up.
Thank you all.
And sharing your stories and giving each other flowers too. I thought that was really dope throughout this whole time. You guys made a point to give each other flowers, which is super
Absolutely.
dope. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Anything you guys want to shout out? Anything you want to talk about? I know tomorrow you have your runs on Wednesday. So anything you guys want to talk about before we get up out of here?
Yes, please advertise that.
T?
Just if you're 25 plus, make sure you shout out to Cassie and Still Got It Athlete. She's real active now in the basketball community. So just follow her, and she usually reposts whenever we have open runs. So just stay tuned and follow her. That's it. If anyone has any gym space that they have available, let us know. I would love to make it into a league or something, but like I said, gym space is tough, and sometimes attendance can be tough.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm officially retired too.
You're gonna come out one time. I ain't mess with you, but it's all right.
All that work in the weight gym, she talking about she retired. You can get out here and play. Come on.
Basketball, yeah, I'm in the gym, but not.
You really retired, Tiff? Like you really retired?
Yeah, nah, it's a
When's
different.
When's the last time you hooped? When's the last time you hooped?
Probably one of Mitch's tournaments or something.
Wow, that long ago? Wow.
If Mitch throw another tournament, I'll come out of retirement.
Mitch?
Hey.
Let's make this happen, Mitch.
Come on, Mitch. Mary, anything you want to say? Parting shot you have, man, for joining him. Yeah, Mitch, come on, bro. Come on.
See you.
42.
Yeah,
on,
he's seen it right.
Bring the tournament back.
What I will say, oh gosh, I miss home, but I had other things I needed to develop, and I needed to spread my wings, but I miss home. Wow. And I just look out to all the people I've grown up with that took the opportunity to develop young women coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Salute all day, every day. Family first. That's what it is. I love y'all. Absolutely. Keep this podcast up, man. I'm a fan.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to do a part 2 of the ladies show. We definitely gonna
yeah.
I got stories. I can keep going. But
it feels like every episode that we've had so far is gonna end up going into a part 2. You know what I mean? Just of how we're not able to get everybody on screen, but definitely, this one we gotta have a sis run part 2.
Absolutely,
no question about it, no question. So
yeah, we're waiting for you, Mitch.
Come on, Mitch. Mitch, you gotta bring Mitch, Coach Steve. What's going on, Broncos?
Steve,
Guys,
man,
man,
yeah.
like, come
Yeah,
on, man. Listen.
If they put together something collaboratively,
And tell Mom,
yeah.
They
stop
said,
talking
oh,
about my
then,
accent.
oh, okay, then
I
Tip will come
sound
out
like
of
I'm from
retirement.
down south. I know where I'm from.
Yeah. Stuff the kicks for y'all.
Oh man. But yeah, definitely, Tiff. We need to see you suit up. We definitely need to see you suit up. But no, everybody, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Grove Hall Podcast, episode 3, man. Sis Run. Ladies,
Absolutely.
thank you so much. We're back.
Thank
We're
y'all.
here we're here each and every Sunday night. 6:50 is the layup line. Showtime is 7 p.m. And I think next week, it might be best big men. It's either best big men or it's wing players. Yeah, it's best big men or wing players. I gotta see which one. It's one or the other. So, and if it's big men, I already know.
Oh yeah, we got some characters.
We got some characters coming on. We got some characters coming on for that. You know what I mean?
We'll be tuned in. We'll be tuned in.
Please. Each and every Sunday night, it's the Grove Hall Podcast. Coach Maine, Sammy Little.
Sammy Little.
It's a wrap.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. Peace.
Thank
Peace.
you.